A CBC host says, "I quit." CBC says, "Not so fast." What's the story with Travis Dhanraj? Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. Travis Dhanraj kicked off Monday morning by resigning in spectacular form. It was a story broken by the Toronto Sun, yours truly, and of course splashed across our front page. But now CBC has informed Dhanraj's lawyer that, oh no, we have to approve his resignation. He's on leave right now. You can't do that. Is this going to hold? I doubt it. Travis Dhanraj blasted CBC on the way out the door. He sent a resignation letter to executives and a long internal email to all staff before his email account was shut down. In the letter to executives at the state broadcaster, Dhanraj, who had been the host of Canada Tonight with Travis Dhanraj, who had covered Parliament Hill for them and had been host on Marketplace, who'd been recruited to host this show, said that it was untenable to continue. Quote, "This is an involuntary resignation. I am stepping down not by choice, but because the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation has made it impossible for me to continue my work with integrity." Now, in his letter to the executives, in his email to colleagues, he called CBC a dysfunctional workplace. He said that they made it impossible for him to do his job with integrity. He talked about the fact that senior journalists in Ottawa, read that as David Cochrane and Rosemary Barton, would block him from getting key guests. They didn't like it that the federal Conservatives had basically imposed an embargo on their members going on those two shows, but would go on other shows, including Speaking with Dhanraj. Well, they figured if they can't get Conservatives to speak to them due to their blatant Trudeau, pro-Liberal bias, then Dhanraj shouldn't have them either. He continued in his letter, though. Let me read this. "When I joined CBC, I did so with a clear understanding of its mandate and a belief in its importance to Canadian democracy. I was told I would be a bold voice in journalism. I took that role seriously. I worked to elevate underrepresented stories, expand political balance, and uphold the journalistic values Canadians expect from their public broadcaster." Well, he says that CBC wasn't interested in that. They engage in what he calls performative diversity, tokenism, a system designed to elevate certain voices and diminish others. Those are bold words, but not shocking for anyone who's paid attention to the state broadcaster over the years. CBC is a mess. There have long been claims about their left-wing political bias. It has only gotten worse over the past several years, and CBC's ratings are showing it. People are turning away in droves. They do not have the audience that they used to. They do not have the impact that they used to, but they still think they are the bee's knees, and unfortunately, so does the Liberal government. Mark Carney promising CBC more money. What he should be promising is a review of this organization and this institution, how it's operated, and why it's allowed to have a news organization that favors one side over the other to such a degree. This will not be the end of what you hear from Travis Dhanraj. As they say, as he said in his letter, they cannot silence his voice, even though they clearly tried to. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.